Let's talk about some new hard surface techniques and create a helmet for this little anime head. And this is actually from the Ladbox anime head. Okay, so we're using a newer version of ZBrush. We don't have that yet in our department, but we will have it in the summer. Anyway, it's always a hassle to install some new stuff in the middle of the semester, but I think it's a good time to show you at least. So it does have some cool features like this new thing called Sculptures Pro mode. It is actually off in the default settings. You can turn it on. What it does is when you start doing some stroke like this, it basically added geometry, and based on how big your brush is, it's just gonna add resolution on that part, and only on that part, so that way you can get to crazy detail without even doing anything. It just automatically figure out the topology you need. Okay, so that's all you have to know for now. There are some controls like underneath the, I think it's underneath stroke, yeah, and you have this Sculptures Pro to also turn it on and off. You have two things here. Adaptive size, basically it's based on the size of your brush to subdivide. So if the size is really small, it's going to subdivide more, right? And also you have a multiplier to how much you want to subdivide. So if this is higher, then you're going to subdivide it. Oops, actually I'm wrong. If this is lower, it's going to make the line smaller. Okay. So basically, the lower this is and the lower this is, the denser the geometry will be. Two things. One is subdivision. Another one is called unsubdivision. Basically, subdivided and unsubdivided. Afterwards, this unsubdivided is actually a decimation. If you recall the decimation master, what it does is do that calculation here on your stroke. So two things have been done if you do this. If you have this thing on, one is do some tessellation to add geometry, and then do decimation to reduce geometry. And you can of course turn the combine off. What it does now is it's not going to be decimated, but still you're getting subdivision over there. You can turn it on and off here or there, or you can go to any brush and go to the brush menu and go to the Sculptures Pro and turn it on or off for any individual brush. So this is disabled now only for standard. If I move on to clip it up, you can see it's still on. So you can go to brush and turn this on and off for every individual brush. So my standard is off, my clip it up is on, as you can see here. Let me turn it on. Okay, so that's that. That also means that if you do any sculpting, it just does the subdivision for you. But you probably wanted to turn on the decimation also and have this number to 1, the default setting. So this is 1, this is 1.125. That's the default setting. I think it works pretty well. But sometimes maybe in the smooth brush you probably want to turn it off. Anyway, so that's actually going to be the Sculptures Pro, right? Other new features maybe we can talk about in the middle of the process, but for now let's actually start creating some design of the helmet we're going to create for this head. The designing process can be pretty rough, and I'm going to turn off this guy for now because I don't want it to be getting too dense. I kind of just wanted to rough out the design, so I'm going to go for a helmet for this guy. First of all, maybe a goggle here in front, right? You make it flat for now, and then I can maybe drag it forward, so make it's like tilted kind of thing. And when you're designing this, just be loose. Don't try to like create every individual detail or anything. We're basically just trying to figure out the idea of the big forms, right? So I'm not gonna do like a lot of detail either, just have all those basic structures laid out. Now this process actually can be pretty fast because it's so easy to use. It's the basic brushes like clay build up and edge polish and all those other things to, you know, can add a lot of detail already, if not clean, but a lot of design detail, like, you know, the shape of different bigger chunks of the head. I can give it some flow shapes on the silhouette. Maybe I can push this guy in. Something similar to what we did in class, but actually I like that design was actually just come from nowhere. just trying to think what do I need. So I really kind of like that design. I'm gonna do something similar. I'm gonna make the ear go in. Now that's when this guy here, Sculptures Pro, can actually help when I use Smooth Brush. As you can see, with this Sculptures Pro on, I can smooth it out and actually retopologize it really quickly, and so that I don't have to worry about the topology over there. Let me put it in. Let's have a little circle here on the ear area. I'm not sure about this yet. Maybe some multiple layers of stuff. Okay. And I don't quite like this shape. Maybe bring it up a little bit more. Have a little thing here, maybe. Maybe give it something here for the jaw. So basically use the clay build up, move, edge polish, or them standard all those brushes to mark out the bigger panels and stuff you're gonna create for this helmet. Let me turn on that. And then I'm gonna go draw out the mouth just to give it a little maybe more detail on the face stuff. So give it some more volume for the upper lip, some more volume on the lower lip. Alright. Have some fun with it. As you can see, it's really convenient to have this new Sculptures Pro functionality. You can quickly block out bigger shapes, and even with smaller details. The downside is it does make you want to dip into detail too early because of that, and the Smooth Brush destroys too much. So you can turn off this functionality on the Smooth Brush sometimes, so that it's not always on when you smooth stuff, and it destroys a lot of detail. I guess it makes sense to have the Smooth Brush also reduce the poly count when you smooth it, because it's gonna get smoother. So you probably don't need that much topology for the smooth version of it. But yeah, it's something here on the eye. Maybe we can have something here connected to the side of the eye like this, and then it's gonna be some structure around the ear part. Not sure yet. Turn that off. There's a shortcut for it, which is the backward slash. Such a shortcut that is too far away to reach on the keyboard. Anyway, so let's see. We can have something over here on the top. Not sure about it yet. Maybe something like this. It's getting too high. I'm gonna lower that down. I'm thinking about the silhouette I'm getting. Maybe make the helmet a little bit bigger, so it's like having a lot of volume in front. Have some proportion manipulations. So you can stay at this stage for as long as you want, right? Designing out or rough out the ideas of what you want to try. I think I can make this goggle just a bit more interesting, maybe multiple layers, right? So it's going to be another layer on top, like this. As you can see, ZBrush is actually really good on designing hard surface, because you can quickly wrap out forms and build forms on forms using ZBrush. Now imagine drawing these right, in 2D. It may not that easy to just create bigger shapes like this that quickly and in 3D way. So sometimes it feels like it's even easier to design some of the forms in ZBrush when it comes to hard surface designing. It's just really easy to set up. So I have changed the design on the goggle just to see what I can come up with. Yeah. See what else. Now I look at it, I think I don't quite like this part, so I'm gonna push it in. Now I wanted some of the cool panel lines like this, maybe. And let's see, maybe I can do some changing to the silhouette. Something over here. Okay, something over there. Maybe you can design even some panel parts if you wanted to, but that's not that necessary yet. Maybe cut out something over here. Have some shapes here. Maybe a big patch on the back. Sometimes I can stay here forever to have a lot of fun with this designing stage. That's the most fun stage when it comes to me, at least, for the creation process of anything designing. But if you're the modeler, you probably will not be designing. So that's one of the, I think, ironic part. Like, we wanted to be artists, but are we really doing art, or are we just doing other people's design? That's, I don't know. But yeah, so I'm gonna do some dragging here, maybe. Give it some flat face on the back, and have some cool layered geometry here, maybe. Not sure about what that is yet, but I think that destroys the smooth contour or the silhouette over here. I wanted to have a smoother contour, so I don't know, maybe cut it out. Use clip curve. Anyway, enough of the design, right? So we're gonna move ahead and do the smaller chunks. Now it's actually easier later on for designing wise. You can also do that part when you start creating different patches and adding detail. Alright, so that's gonna be it for this tutorial. In the next one, we'll go ahead and actually create clean shapes and really start blocking out the structure. Okay, see you next time.